Next on 25 News Today, an update on the battle over a deadly batch of synthetic marijuana.
Plus, President Trump takes a hard stand against immigration in DACA during Easter Sunday tweets.
And the weather wreaks havoc on area interstates. What does today hold in store? Nick has the answer next on 25 News Today.
From WEEK, your home team. This is 25 News Today.
Good morning and welcome to 25 News Today. I'm Semone Audition.
And I'm Gina Morris. You know what? It's finally feeling like spring.
It is
Meteorologist
spring.
Nick Jansen.
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It has. It's
Yes.
finally kind of sprung.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has finally sprung. Yes, it has. And outside currently still looking at some gloomy conditions. Right now it's 55 degrees. Here in the River City, those winds out of the east right around 12 miles per hour. We'll see the mid-60s coming up for highs later on this afternoon. I'll break down all those details coming up in the full forecast. Gina?
Topping news, give yourself a few extra minutes as you head out the door this morning, as freezing fog, snow, and ice are still causing some issues on the roadways.
Oh, absolutely. Every bridge in the area had some point Sunday a partial closure due to separate accidents. Those began around 3:30 with multiple accidents on both sides of the Murray-Baker and McCluggage bridges. About 20 minutes later, multiple accidents forced the closure of Shade Lomond Bridge and later the Bob Michael. Both Peoria City and County, along with Tazewell County, are under collision alerts. That means if you are involved in an accident with no injuries, just swap information. You don't have to call police. One person is dead after using synthetic marijuana, also known as K2 or spice. The Illinois Department of Public Health announced the death over the weekend, but did not release where or who died. To date, nearly 40 people in central Illinois and Chicago area has been hospitalized for severe bleeding after using synthetic marijuana. Symptoms include coughing up blood in the urine, severe bloody noses, and bleeding gums. The product can be smoked or sold as a liquid and is often found at convenience stores, gas stations, and online. Anyone with negative reactions should call 911 immediately.
Turning to crime news, and it was a deadly Easter Sunday across central Illinois. At least 2 people are dead and another seriously injured after separate incidents. First in Peoria, police are searching for suspects after a deadly stabbing on the city's south side. It happened around 4 Sunday afternoon in the 1800 block of West Lincoln. Authorities say an unidentified man was stabbed in the neck. He later died, becoming the city's 3rd homicide victim of the year. A woman was also taken to the hospital with unidentified injuries. No word on how police believe she is involved. Details also sketchy in connection with a Friday night stabbing at a Peoria liquor store. It happened just before 8 at the In-N-Out grocery and liquor store on Wayne Street. When the stabbing occurred, it was reported that the unidentified victim was in serious condition. When asked this weekend for an update, Peoria Police spokeswoman Amy Dotson told 25 News there was nothing new. Police have not released any information about the suspect.
In Galesburg, a shooting outside of a bar turned deadly, killing 1 woman. A report of shots fired came in just before 2 Sunday morning outside the Seminary pub. Police found 26-year-old Jenny McGruger with a gunshot wound. She later died. No further details have been released. Anyone with information on this crime is urged to call Galesburg Police at 345-3765. By the way, that number is listed on your screen. During his Easter message, Pope Francis called for peace and reconciliation in several world trouble spots, including Korea and Syria. Francis called for dialogue and mutual respect to prevail over division and violence. Francis opened Easter festivities with his tweet to his global flock. The tweet said, "Our faith is born on Easter morning. Jesus is alive. The experience is at the heart of the Christian message." Pilgrims from around the world and Italy gathered in the square decorated with spring flowers to hear Francis deliver the traditional Easter message.
When 25 News Today continues, details on a new data breach at a popular department store chain.
You won't want to miss this, especially if you shop in the store. Don't go away.
And nicer temperatures right around the corner. All those details in your full forecast right after the break.
We have breaking news just coming into the newsroom right now. We are told right now 2 lanes are closed on the Bob Michael Bridge due to a 2-car accident. No word yet on any injuries. Of course, we have a crew en route to that area, and once we get more details, we will definitely bring them to you.
President Trump is back in Washington this morning after spending part of his Easter blasting border control and immigration policy.
He also vowed no deal when it comes to DACA. NBC's Tracy Potts has the very latest.
No more DACA deal, President Trump declares on Twitter.
Mexico has got to help us at the border. They flow right through Mexico. They send them into the United States. Can't happen that way anymore.
And then a threat. They must stop the big drug and people flows, or I will stop their cash cow, NAFTA, referring to our trade.
Thanks, Tracy, for that report. And coming up next on 25 News, the pest predictions are in, Simone, and it's looking like a buggy spring ahead. Uh-oh.
Plus, we're about to usher in another wedding season, and a lot of money is going to be spent. We'll break down the numbers for you next.
Welcome back to 25 News Today, about 20 minutes after the hour. And in consumer news this morning, personal information for customers of Saks Fifth Avenue, Saks off 5th, and Lord & Taylor may be compromised.
Well, this comes after the department store chains say they experienced a data breach. The company released a statement saying that they are aware of the data security issue involving customer payment credit card data. The breach put customer credit card information in jeopardy from purchases made at stores across North America. The company says there is no indication at this time that information used to make purchases online is in any danger. Parent company Hudson's Bay Company said that they will investigate the breach and take the proper measures to contain the attack.
CVS Health is being sued for allegedly revealing the HIV status of 6,000 patients in Ohio. The patients in question were part of Ohio's HIV drug assistance program. The lawsuit claims that CVS mailed letters last year where patients' HIV status could be seen through the glass window. Now, FIServe, the company that CVS hired to mail the letters, is also named in the lawsuit. In a statement, CVS Health said the envelope window was intended to show a reference code for the assistance program and not the recipient's health status.
More and more Americans are paying for everything electronically or with credit cards. A new study from Capital One finds that 1 in 4 Americans go cashless. For millennials, the number that didn't carry cash jumped to 1/3. In fact, millennials were 41% more likely to call paying with cash inconvenient. Only 21% said cash is their most common form of payment. The study found that 6 in 10 Americans think cash may eventually disappear completely as a form of currency.
The pest predictions are in, and it looks like a buggy spring ahead. According to the National Pest Management Association Bug Barometer, yes, there is such a thing, ticks will be the pest to watch out for.
Bug barometer.
Bug barometer,
based
yes.
on harsh winters much of the country endured, entomologists are expecting ticks to remain a significant problem in much of the U.S. Pests like mosquitoes, cockroaches, and termites are also likely to be out in large numbers. Experts suggest wearing insect repellent when spending time outdoors. Well, we're about to usher in another wedding season, and a whole lot of money is going to be spent.
Oh, no doubt about it. It also looks like a certain age group is changing some of the more traditional, time-honored customs of getting married, all to save money. We get more from NBC's Chris Clackham.
Although most couples spend less than $10,000, the average cost of a wedding in the U.S. this year will be nearly $26,000. That does not include cost of the honeymoon. And it's gotten pretty expensive to even attend a wedding, too.
My advice is start saving as soon as that picture of the ring lands on.
All right, well, before you go for the day, this ought to make you laugh. A Pennsylvania mayor plays a prank, oh gosh, about poop. Really?
Poop.
Really?
Residents of Luzerne County were surprised to see a new business in their area. Well, it was an ice cream shop called the Pooper Scooper. The building included a poster of naturally a chocolate ice cream emoji. Perhaps some were fooled, but eventually the truth did come out. There is no ice cream store. It was just an April Fool's joke by Chris Concert, who owns a business in the building. Concert, that is, also serves as a mayor of Sawyerville, a neighboring town.
The Pooper Scooper, really?
Yeah, when you think of ice cream, poop is like the last thing.
It's the antithesis of ice cream, right? Man, oh, back to that wedding story. I know you can relate. What's the number one thing you and your bride-to-be have done to kind of limit costs?
Well, the biggest thing, Friday wedding. So that's the biggest thing. A lot of millennials, you could say I'm a millennial, going towards your non-traditional having it on a Saturday. So Friday, Sunday, even Wednesday, Thursday weddings are more common now as well. So Friday, that cut costs in half with the church, with the reception hall.
How about
and then, of
that?
course, the biggest thing is you can't invite a lot of people anymore.
You
can't
limit,
So does
you
that
limit
mean
your list.
one day someone can actually get married on a Tuesday?
Hey,
Sure.
eventually, it's because all prices are
Gives the rest of us
expensive.
an excuse to take the day off
That's
and go to
true.
the wedding.
I think so.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
See you.